Hello everyone, welcome to the Yarn Bowl Crochet. In this video we're going to see how to crochet this beautiful Valentine flower pot. It's a beautiful hide and seek heart and it's super simple and easy to make. And let's see how to make this beautiful Valentine flower pot. If you want a free written pattern of this Valentine flower pot, it's available in my website theyarnbowlcrochet.com. Link for that is available in the description. And if you have an Instagram account, do follow me on my Instagram handle as well. I post project updates and fun reels on my Instagram. And if you're new to this channel, please do not forget to subscribe to the Yarn Bowl and click on the bell icon as well so that you get notified whenever I post a new video. Let's see the things that we'll need to work this Valentine flower pot. We'll need a couple of size 4 yarns and a couple of different colors, and we'll need 2 sets of crochet hook, and one is 3.5 millimeter and 2.5 millimeter, and a blunt tip of a metal crochet hook to tuck in the odd bits of yarn, some floral wire, cut in roughly 10 to 11 inches, and then we'll need some resin buttons for extra decorations, stitch markers, scissors, some polyfil, and I'll also add a couple of pebbles in the flower pot for some weight, and a glue gun. Let's start working the flower pot. For this I'm using some pale pink yarn and 3.5 millimeter crochet hook, and I'll go ahead work a magic ring, and then I'll work 8 single crochets around the magic ring. And once you have worked 8 single crochets, you will tighten the magic ring and then start working the next round. So I'm working 8 single crochets on the magic ring. So at the end of this round you should have 8 stitches. For round 2, you will work 2 single crochets on each stitch around. So you will not end each round by working slip stitch. Instead you will start round 2 right away, and you will go ahead work 2 single crochets on each stitch around, and at the end of round 2 you should have 16 stitches. So after you have worked round 2, tighten the magic ring and secure it with a knot. And for round 3 I'm going to work 1 single crochet in one stitch and 2 single crochet on the next stitch around, and this should increase my stitch count to 24 stitches. Always remember to mark your first stitch with a stitch marker, and work 2 single crochets on the next round. Next stitch, and continue working 1 single crochet in one stitch and 2 single crochet on the next stitch around. For round 4 you will work 1 single crochet each for 2 stitches and 2 single crochet on the same stitch for the next stitch around, and you should have 32 stitches at the end of round 4. So continue working 1 single crochet each for 2 stitches and 2 single crochet on the next stitch around. Don't forget to mark your first stitch with a stitch marker, otherwise it will be difficult to identify the first stitch of the round. Continue working this pattern. I'll meet you at the end of this round. Round 5, I'm going to work only in the front loop of each stitch. You can see these two loops that forms the V. I'm only going to pick up the front loop of each stitch and work one single crochet on it. This is the back loop and this is the front loop. I'm picking up the front loop only and I will work one single crochet on it and marking my first stitch with a stitch marker, and then proceed working front loop single crochet, and I will work one single crochet on each of the front loop stitches around. So I should still have 32 stitches at the end of this round. So for round 6, again I'm going to work one single crochet on each stitch around. I'm not going to increment any stitches. I will just work one single crochet on each stitch around. So I'll have 32 stitches at the end of round 6. Go ahead, work one single crochet on each stitch around. I'll meet you at the end of this round. So for round 7, you will work one single crochet each for 3 stitches and then work 2 single crochet on the same stitch for the next stitch, and you will repeat this around. Work one single crochet each for 3 stitches and 2 single crochet on the next stitch around. You should have 40 stitches at the end of round 7. For round 8 to 12, for the next 5 rounds, we are just going to work one single crochet on each stitch around. You can use another stitch marker you want to measure or count the non-increment rounds, but it's up to you. Or you can, if you're good at counting the non-increment rounds, you can go ahead with one stitch marker and work one single crochet on each stitch around. This is round 8 that I'm working. So at the end of each of these rounds, you should still have 40 stitches. Continue working round 8. I'll meet you at the end of this round. So I'm here at round 9. I'm still going to work one single crochet on each stitch around, marking my first stitch with a stitch marker, and proceed working one single crochet on each stitch around. I should still have 40 stitches at the end of round 9. Continue working this pattern around. I'll see you at the end of this round. Proceed this way until you reach round 12. I'll meet you at the end of round 12. Now we are at round 13. For round 13, I'm going to work one single crochet each for 3 stitches and single crochet 2 together for next 2 stitches, and I'm going to repeat this pattern around. I'll work one single crochet each for 3 stitches, marking my first stitch with a stitch marker, and then after I work one single crochet each for 3 stitches, I'm going to work single crochet 2 together in next 2 stitches, and I'm going to repeat this pattern around. You should have 32 stitches at the end of this round 13. For round 14, I'm going to work one single crochet for each stitch around. So now I'm going to still have 32 stitches at the end of this round. Continue working one single crochet on each stitch around. For the next round, which is round 15, we are only going to work on the back loop of each of these stitches. I'm going to pick up the back loop of my first stitch and work a slip stitch on it and mark my stitch with a stitch marker. This is my first stitch, and then I'm going to skip the next stitch, and then I'll pick up the back loop of the third stitch and work 5 double crochet on it. So this is called the shell stitch. So I'm going to work 5 double crochet on the back loop of the same stitch. And then I'll skip the next stitch, and then I'll pick up the back loop of the next stitch and work a slip stitch on it. And I'm going to repeat this pattern around. I'll pick up the next stitch by skipping one stitch and work 5 double crochet on it. And then I'll skip the next stitch after I have worked my 5 double crochet. And then pick up the next stitch. After skipping one stitch, pick up the back loop of that stitch and work a slip stitch on it. Skip a stitch and then pick up the back loop of the next stitch and work 5 double crochet on it. And then skip the next stitch, pick up the back loop of the next stitch, work slip stitch. Repeat this pattern around, and I'll meet you at the end of this round. Here we are, completed our last round. I'm going to work slip stitch on my first stitch, fasten off, and then I'll weave my ends. Next we are going to work the dirt. We are still going to work 3.5 millimeter crochet hook and size 4 yarn in brown color. I'm going to work a magic ring, and then I'll work 8 single crochets around the magic ring. After I'm done with round 1, I'll tighten the magic ring. So at the end of this round I should have 8 stitches. So for round 2, I will be working 2 single crochets on each stitch around, and I'll mark my first stitch with a stitch marker and continue working 2 single crochets on each stitch around. So at the end of round 2, I should have 16 stitches. After round 2 is worked, tighten the magic ring and secure it with a knot. For round 3, I'm going to work 1 single crochet in one stitch and 2 single crochet on the next stitch around. You should have 24 stitches at the end of this round. Continue working 1 single crochet in one stitch and 2 single crochet on the next stitch around. For round 4, you will work 1 single crochet each for 2 stitches and 2 single crochet on the same stitch for the next stitch around. You should have 32 stitches at the end of round 4. Continue working 1 single crochet each for 2 stitches and 2 single crochet on the next stitch around. After round 4 is work, leave a long tail and fasten off your yarn, and then tighten the magic ring even more and secure it with a knot. And then we are going to attach this portion of the dirt with the flower pot here. So before I could fill it up with the polyfill, I'll add some weight to it. I'm adding some pebbles here, and then I'll fill it up with polyfill. And then we are going to pick up the back loop of the dirt and the front loop that we have left on our last round on the flower pot together and work slip stitches around. You can also weave this with a sewing needle or a tapestry needle, or you can work slip stitches with the back loop of the stitch on the dirt and the front loop of the stitches on the last round of the flower pot around to weave the ends together. Continue working like this around. I'll meet you at the end of this round. Next we'll start making the petals. For that I'm going to work 14 chains, and then I'm going to skip the second chain from the hook, and I'll be working a single crochet on the next chain, and then I'll work one half double crochet on the next chain, and then I'll work one double crochet each for the next 9 chains. Now we are left with 2 chains. In the next chain I'm going to work one half double crochet, and in the last chain I'll work 3 single crochet. So this will take me to the other side. We're going to turn the work. Now we're going to work on the other side of the petal. I'm going to work one half double crochet on my first chain, and then I'll work one double crochet each for the next 9 chains on the opposite side. Again I'm left with 2 chains. I'm going to work one half double crochet in one chain, and then 2 single crochet on the last chain where we have worked our starting single crochet, and then we are going to work round 2 right away. We are not going to work any slip stitches here. For round 2 I'm going to work 1 single crochet in each stitch around. We'll work 1 single crochet each for 28 stitches, and we'll stop just before the last stitch. Now I'm just before the last stitch. I'm working a single crochet on it, and then I'll work chain 3 and then work 1 slip stitch each on second chain from the hook, and then I'll work slip stitch on the starting single crochet stitch. You can fasten off and weave the ends. So I've shown you how to make 1 petal. Follow the instructions and make 5 more petals. We need 6 petals for our flower pot. Go ahead, follow the instruction and work 5 more petals. So total 6 petals we need. So I've worked 6 petals here. Let me keep it separate. Next we can start working on the leaf. For leaf I'm going to work 11 chains. Now I'm going to work 1 single crochet on the second chain from the hook, and then I'll work 1 half double crochet each on the next 8 chains, so in the last chain I'm going to work 3 single crochet stitches, and this should turn your work to the opposite side, and I'm going to work 1 half double crochet each on the next chain, on each chain on the opposite side. After that I'm going to work 2 single crochet on the last chain where we have worked our first single crochet, and then I'll work a slip stitch on the starting single crochet. You can then fasten off and weave your ends. So now we are done with the leaf. We are now going to work the heart. I'm going to use 2.5mm crochet hook. I'm going to work a magic ring, and then I'll work 6 single crochets on the magic ring. After that, tighten the magic ring. Now for round 2 I'm going to work 2 single crochet on each stitch around. You should have 12 stitches at the end of this round. Mark your first stitch with a stitch marker so that it's easy to identify the first stitch of the round, and then go ahead, work 2 single crochets on each stitch around. You should have 12 stitches at the end of this round. After round 2, tighten the magic ring and then secure it with a knot. Now for round 3 and 4, we are just going to work 1 single crochet on each stitch around. So at the end of round 3, round 3 and 4 will still have 12 stitches. Mark your first stitch with a stitch marker and proceed working 1 single crochet on each stitch around. Next is round 4. For this also we are going to work 1 single crochet on each stitch around. So at the end of this round also we'll have 12 stitches. So after round 4 is worked, you can fasten off the yarn and just pull these 2 odd bits of yarn inside the work. So you need to work one more of this piece until round 4, and after you've worked round 4, make sure you don't fasten off the yarn. Now we are going to attach these 2 pieces together to make that top part of the heart. So we have 12 stitches at each of these parts, right? So we're going to attach these 2 parts by working 1 single crochet on each stitch around. So once this 12 stitches are done in the part 1, we'll be continuing with this same yarn that I'm holding on part 2 to attach that part 1 and part 2 together. So we have 12 stitches at each of these parts. So at the end of this round we should have 24 stitches. So continue working 1 stitch on each stitch around. You should have 24 stitches. So make sure you don't add or you do not leave any stitches. So make sure you count at the end of this round that you have 24 stitches. So we are done with round 5. For round 6 also we are going to work 1 single crochet on each stitch around. So at the end of round 6 also we'll have 24 stitches. Go ahead, work 1 single crochet on each stitch around. Mark your first stitch with a stitch marker and proceed working 1 single crochet on each stitch around. So after you're done with round 6, you might see a small gap between these 2 pieces. You can use the center bit of yarn in one of these pieces to just work slip stitches holding these 2 pieces together to close this gap. So now you have no gap. We can continue working the next round. So for the next round, which is round 7, we are going to work 1 single crochet each for 4 stitches, and then we'll work single crochet 2 together in the next 2 stitches around. We should have 20 stitches at the end of this round. So continue working this pattern around. You can stuff your work with polyfill as you go. And for the next round, which is round 8, we will work 1 single crochet each for 3 stitches, and then we'll work single crochet 2 together in next 2 stitches around. So we'll work 1 single crochet each in 3 stitches, and then we'll work single crochet 2 together in next 2 stitches around. So you should have 16 stitches at the end of this round. For the next round, which is round 9, we'll work 1 single crochet in 2 stitches, 1 single crochet each in 2 stitches, and single crochet 2 together in next 2 stitches, and we'll work this pattern around. Don't forget to mark your first stitch with a stitch marker. Work 1 single crochet each for 2 stitches and single crochet 2 together in next 2 stitches, and repeat this pattern around. As I go, I'll stuff my work with polyfill. For round 10, I'm going to work 1 single crochet in 1 stitch and single crochet 2 together in next 2 stitches around. This should bring down my stitch count to 8 stitches. Proceed working 1 single crochet in 1 stitch and single crochet 2 together in next 2 stitches around. You should start seeing the heart shape now. So as you go, please stuff your work with polyfill, and for the last round, I'm just going to work single crochet 2 together in every 2 stitches around. So this will be my final round. After this, if you see any gaps, you can just work slip stitches to close those gaps. Work single crochet 2 together in every 2 stitches around. So now the heart is done. You can use a blunt tip of a metal crochet hook to tuck in this odd bit of yarn, and now I'm using a glue gun and a floral wire to attach the floral wire to the base of the heart. Then I'll use glue gun and I'll add first 3 petals just like I wrap around this heart, and then I'll use the next 3 set of petals to go around the gaps between the round 1 petals, like that. After you have attached all the petals, you can use green yarn to cover the base of the flower and the stem, which is the floral wire. So as I work, I'm just correcting my petals. Make sure the glue has stuck in your work, and then you can wrap the green yarn around the stem and just holding the base of the flowers also, so that they don't fall off. And then to the other end of the stem, I'm attaching the glue flower pot by the help of glue gun. After that, I'll attach the leaves to the stem. And if you have any resin buttons or resin figures, you can attach it to the pot using the glue gun again. So that's it, our hide and seek heart flower pot or Valentine flower pot is done. It's a fun project and it's easy to make as well. I would like you to try this project at home and let me know your comments. I hope you found it easy, and here you go. And if you want a free written pattern of this flower pot, it's available in my website. The link for that is given in the description. You can find the free written pattern in www.theyarnbowlcrochet.com. If you have an Instagram account, do follow me on my Instagram handle as well. I post many project updates on my Instagram. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do not forget to subscribe to the Yarn Bowl. Thanks for watching. Bye.